Howdy, howdy. I really didn't want to be on the stage. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you're doing good. Okay, there I am. Stream with audio only. Sorry, I didn't know I had to add the camera, and then take the camera away. All right. Hey, everybody. How are you? I did not see. Hey, Capricia. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Sharon Davenport. Love y'all. Hey, D. Hey, Porgy Town. Porgy Town. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Smurf Creations. Hey, Dempsey Boo. Hey, Robin S. Hey, Valerie Evans, Mama Vi, Miss Elba Ortiz. Hopefully, everybody your way, Miss Elba, is okay. Visionary Creations. Hey, everybody. Mary Brown. Hey, Mary Brown. Lakeisha. Hey, Lakeisha. Lakeisha, I believe. Hey, Rondria. Martha Jordan. Up Designs. Hey, Up Designs. Angela Williams. Hey. So I had a request at the applicate getaway, and I've already emailed the person in hopes that she can come in, because I know we talked about it, and I was like, well, I could probably go live Monday. You know what? Let me email her the link to this video real quick. But the request was for learning how to use SewWhat Pro to embroider on a curve. And I did a video a long time ago. Get shareable link. And in doing the video a long time ago, she said that some of the buttons that she has on the program are not the same. So I'm like trying to do this and show how to do it. And I was going to refer back, I was going to refer back to the original video. I can't even find the original videos. I don't even know what video she's referencing. But I just emailed her the link, so hopefully she'll see it. If not now, then later. Oh, thanks, Dempsey. So if not now, then later she can reference this video and see how to do it. But hey, everybody, I'm looking crazy because I've been working today, so I'm going off the stage. All right, so going into and I didn't see Angel B on. I was sad. I was looking for Angel B, and she wasn't here. Hey, Coretta. So I was like, ooh, hey, Renee, let me slip in real quick, do this tutorial, then bounce out. Hey, DB. Hey, D. So this tutorial is going to show how to get a curved embroidery design onto SewWhat Pro. The curved embroidery design can go along a collar or something, along that, in that realm of embroidery, but usually it's along a collar. All right. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change this hoop, because 4x4 isn't going to work for a collar right now. So we're going to start this here. So before I begin doing this tutorial, I definitely want to emphasize that I have just upgraded or did the update of this software. So I am using the most recent embroidery editing version. So let's go to help. Let's click on About SewWhat Pro. So in order for this tutorial to be helpful to you and the buttons match the same, you need to be using version 4.7.2.022125 if my glasses are treating me properly. Okay. So make sure that's the version that you're using before you can do this. Hey, Carol Coleman. Hey, Mylene. And no worries, Mare Bear. Hey, Martha Jordan again. I think I said hi already. So if I don't see your name right off, oh, hey, Miss Evelyn. if I don't say your name right off, I apologize. Hey, Robin S, because I'm getting ready to be looking at this program over here on the side. Hey, Marta, how are you all doing? So this is SewWhat Pro. I absolutely love SewWhat Pro. Hey, Fern, this program literally kicked off my embroidery career. Absolutely was what I needed when I needed it. Yes, there are tons of other embroidery programs out there that you could get into, but SewWhat Pro, last time I checked, was $65, which is a huge bargain in comparison to all other embroidery editing programs out there. And this is a very powerful little program, very simple to use, simple interface, but pretty powerful. So for that price point, I couldn't beat it. And if you are just now getting into doing embroidery and can't really afford paying $300, $400, $500 for a software program, SewWhat Pro is the way to go. This is not for digitizing. Let me definitely clarify that. SewWhat Pro is not for digitizing. So if you see a logo and you want to bring it in and turn that picture of a logo into embroidery, that's not what this program is for. This program helps you with existing embroidery designs. You bring them in and you can edit them. That's what this program is for. Miss Marta, the version is 4.72. I'm sorry, 4.7.20222125. It is as of July 28, 2025. This is the most updated version right now of this program. Okay. So for starters, we are going to find some lettering to put on a curve. So say, for instance, I have a neckline that I want to put my name on. All right. So I'm going to come up here to my lettering toolbar. I wish I knew how to do one of those highlighty, thingy bobby so that you can see the cursor better. But anyway, here's the cursor. Woo, can you see me? Holler, I'm a cursor. All right, so you go straight up to the toolbar, and right here is the lettering toolbar. Okay. And in all of the different formats, this toolbar hadn't really changed too terribly much. All of the symbols pretty much look the same. But here's the lettering toolbar. So I'm going to go to lettering, where I'm going to do the info icon pane, and I'm going to click there. And this is going to bring up folders that I've used recently in the event that I've opened up a font. Okay. Now there's one font that I have opened up, and this one right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a super cute font, and I'll show you this one here in a moment. But in the event that you have opened up this panel and you don't see any fonts, let's close it out. So I'm going to click the exact same folder again. So I'm going to click there to make it go away. And I'm going to go all the way over to File in the upper right-hand corner. Upper right-hand corner. So right here, this is the hoop. I'm going to go all the way up to File. I'm going to click File. And then I'm going to click on Merge. Okay. I don't want to click Open, because if I click Open, it's going to close this out and do a whole new hoop, and it may not be the right size hoop. I've already set the hoop. So I want whatever I'm bringing onto this hoop to be onto this hoop. So you have to merge it onto this hoop. So I'm going to click on Merge, and I'm going to bring this over, and we're going to go to my embroidery. Ooh, geez, Louise, why is my file that full? I'm going to go to where my embroidery designs are. And we are going to go to my lettering folder, which is where all my fonts are. And then we are going to go into my Stitchtopia folder, which is one of my absolute favorite font websites. If you want a font, and the link should definitely be in the description. It always is. if you go to Stitchtopia to find a really pretty font. And we're just going to pick a font. So I'm going to do Black Caviar because I know it is a very simple font, not a lot of flourishes and stuff. And I'm going to grab a 1¼ inch font size. And as you see, once I click on these, it gives me a preview of what each letter is going to look like. Okay, so they have capital and then they have lowercase. So let's go to capital and I'm going to spell out my name. So I'm going to start with the first letter. So the first letter I'm going to do is a capital E, 1.25 inch, and I'm going to hit open. All right, so here is the first letter, and I'm going to move it over because I want my name right here. So here's the E. Now that I've merged in the first letter, now you can use info icon view, which is where we went earlier, to see all the rest of the letters. And you click there, and here are the letters right here. Now, some people will say, well, I like being able to type in my words, and I get that. But honestly, this is technically it's just as easy. It really is. But that's neither here nor there. So here's my first letter. I'm going to use all capital just for the heck of it, and I'm going to put my name. So if you open this folder, and all you do is click on the letters that you want, but if you open this folder and it looks like this instead of laid out in rows, it's because you don't have alphabet mode selected. Okay, so alphabet mode is right here. And you click that box, and so now voila, you have your letters. So let's go ahead and add the rest of the letters. So I'm going to do EVE, and then I'm going to put a placeholder. So I'm going to put a dot, and then I'm going to put my last name, LOWRY. Okay, so here is my name. And now that I'm done adding letters, I'm going to close out this panel over here so that I can see all of my letters in the list of stuff. And I'm going to grab that placeholder and I'm going to delete it. So now I have, a space right there where I want it to be. And there's my name. All right. So from this point, you can manipulate this and move letters over and all that jazz, whatever you want to do to get it the way you want. But once you get this the way that you want, now what we're going to do is we are going to put this on a curve. So I have all of my letters selected. So right here, there's the first one selected. Now just the second one is selected. No, I want every last letter that I'm going to put on a curve selected. So I've selected all the letters. And then if you go up here to the lettering toolbar where we just opened up the panel on the side, skip that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots over. Notice there are letters and there's a little arc, a little curve up under it. If you hover over it, it says arrange text on curve. So let's click there and it will open up a little side window with a curve and your letters that you have selected. See, here's my letters right here. So here's is the text layout box. And there are some options over here that you can play with. So for instance, the very first thing that you want to notice is text orientation. All right, there's vertical and there's a long curve. Vertical and a long curve. You want it on a curve, right? So we want to click on a long curve. Notice how it made the letters look a little wonky and all that jazz. Well, we're going to fix that here in a moment. Then you have text position on the curve. So we can position the text up top or down below. I'm putting it on a collar, so I'm going to put it below, but we're not going to mess with that just yet. And then select curve type. They have 4 different curve types: arch, path, polygon, and spiral, but we're going to do an arch. Now, these red dots allow you to manipulate and adjust how the letters are going to be curved. Okay. So notice how they're all bunched up and stuff. So I need a bigger curve, a wider curve to fit these letters. So they still looking a little wonky. Okay. So I'm going to curve it just a little bit like that. And now I'm going to come over here to the, on the right here on the right hand side where it says lower and 0%. And I'm going to increase that. Okay. Hey, Shay Shay. I'm going to increase that. So as you see, as I click the up arrow, it's going in percentages by 2, 18, 20, 22, 24. And notice my name is now adjusting to where you can read it and it's still along the curve. You can make the curve a little deeper by pulling this up, or you can flatten it out some by flattening it out, but that's how you would position it along the curve. Now, you may say, okay, well, these letters are too close together. I don't want it to be that close together. Well, look at how this font is. The font, let's cancel this out and we're going to show you something. So notice when you do a curve, especially a bottom curve, the letters are going to curve from the top of your letters. So if your letters are super close together at the very top, then they're going to look squished when you curve it because they have to squish even closer together to make that curve, right? So let's show what that looks like once we move these letters apart some. So we're going to grab that and move it over. And then we'll grab this and move it over. And then we'll grab this and move it over some more. You see what I'm doing? So I'm adding space to these letters so that when I curve it this time, it should present better. And because this is, I'm just showing how to do this. Is not, important that it be perfect, but this is what I got going on. Okay, so I spaced it out. And now let's go back to text on the curve and see now I have a lot more space. Now let's stretch this out because we've made the words longer. And now we're going to make sure it's on a long curve, right? And then I'm going to, right here where it says lower, let's start doing our percentage again. And we're going to stretch that out. And so now it looks a lot better. There's not quite as many spaces there. So let's do vertical. Vertical leaves it straight up and down. That's what the difference is. So vertical gives you the option where it still curves, but it curves the letters and let the letters continue to stand straight up. If you want the letters to curve and flow with the shape of the curve, then we're going to click on a long curve. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you. So vertical allows the letters to stay straight up and down, but go along the curve. And along the curve makes the letters tilt with the curve along the curve. All right. So that's that. That's how you do. That's a really simple way to do your text. Okay. Select curve type. We've got arch. Let's look and see what these others are. There's path. So we can make it where, the letters kind of flow along a path. So that's kind of cool. Something to use and something to play with. That's kind of neat. And then we've got polygon, which, will give you an angle if you want it or need it to do a slant or what have you. And then you've got spiral, which is a whole lot of crazy. But I guess if the words are long enough and close enough or whatever, you can get that to look however you want. But that's how you do words on a curve. So before I switch to a different font, I want to make sure that you understand with this tutorial. I'm just going to mention it really quickly again. This particular tutorial, to see all the buttons and stuff where they need to be, the version number I am on is as of today, July 28th, 2025. This is the version 7.2.022125 is the version that I'm using. So that's why if you update to this version, then this will be the same. Okay, you should see the same letters. Can I use my arrow to space out the letters? Are you talking about what I just did? Let me make sure you're talking about what I just did. So in other words, take this, click on it, and oh, you mean arrows on the keyboard? Yes. If you're talking about arrows on the keyboard, yes, you definitely can. To keep everything straight, yes. Okay. Yes, you can. And if you want to see how that's moving, you know, you might want to do a micro nudge. Like for instance, you like this space, but this space is too big. You want it a little bit smaller. Just hold down the control key while you click the arrow and it'll baby nudge it. You see what I'm saying? So you can use the arrows to nudge bigger, you know, spots, but to micro nudge, hold down control and press your arrow keys. So hopefully that'll help. That was a quick tip. But yes, you can use the arrow keys to move your letters. All right, so let's do a different one. And this one I thought was super cute. So I'm going to open a new, which is right here up under file. It's the white piece of paper. It opens a new hoop. And when you open a new hoop, I'm going to change the size. And I'm going to change to like a 5x7 hoop. The long hoop, landscape mode. All right. And so it says add pattern or lettering here. So let's add. We're going to merge onto this hoop. I'm going to, well, no, it's telling me to open. Oh, you know what? I actually don't want to do that. My bad. What I'm going to do, because I already had it open, is I'm going to go up here to the lettering pane and I'm going to open up the lettering pane again. That's what I'm going to do because that font that I want to use is already here. So this is on Stitchtopia. This particular font is called Black Caviar. The link to Stitchtopia is in the description. So I'm going to scroll down and go to this font. This font is at Designs by Little B. This is one of the cutest fonts I've come across. This one kind of puts you in the mind of a friendship bracelet. So each one of these beads has a letter in it. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a sec. So we're going to do a friendship bracelet collar. Okay. So let's start with the string, like how you tie the string on the edge of a friendship bracelet. So that's what this is. And I'm going to move it over. And then I have it in alphabet mode. So also in alphabet mode, anytime you click on a letter, it will go in a straight line like a word. If you don't want it to do a straight line like a word, you would take it out of alphabet mode and it would, every time you click a letter, they would just pile on top of each other in the center of the screen. This software, the link is in the description. It is snscomputing.com. S as in Sam and S as in Sam, computing.com. This is called SewWhat Pro. It is, last time I checked, it was $65. I used to be a reseller. I'm not anymore because it was just, I didn't have the time to dedicate to doing it. But I still absolutely love this software. And the version that I'm using, again, just so folks can see if they're just now coming in, is version 4.7.2022125. Okay. So this is the end of the friendship bracelet. Now let's add, I'm just going to put my daughter's name just because. So we're going to put a small bead. No, I can't put a small bead. Hold on. Can't put a small bead because it's not connected to the string. So we're going to put a flower. And then we're going to put a small, I'm going to put an oval bead. And then I'm going to do a small bead. Why is it doing it down? I don't want it to be down. I'll move it up here in a minute. And then now I'm going to do her name. So we're going to do R. And then a small bead. And we're going to do, where is it? It's hard to see because the colors. There it is. R-E B E C C A. And then we're going to do a small bead, and I'm going to do an oblong bead, and then I'm going to do another flower. Okay, so there's all of the beads that I want. Now I'm going to click out of info icon view, and this is a font. Okay, so the dark colors, this is the string, this is the outside of the bead. Let me see. Okay, so there's another one. So I'm going to change this color. I'm going to start changing colors so that you guys can see better what we're dealing with. Okay, and this is, again, why I absolutely love SewWhat Pro. It's so easy to use. So to change the color, all I do is select the one that I want to change, and I'm going to click the color that I want to change it to. So let me, okay, so that's red. So this one is the little, and I'm gonna hold down, I think it's control, no, shift. I think it's shift. So let's grab this one. No, shift goes in the thing. So control. So there's that one. Nope, not that one. 9. 1 to 12. 1 to 15. 1 to 18. 1 to 21. 1 to 24. 1 to 27. So that's all of the small beads. Okay. No, you cannot use this program to digitize. It is only for editing existing embroidery designs like what I'm doing now. This is considered an existing embroidery design because they're in already digitized font. So now that I have these dots, these are the, what just happened? Why did that do what it just did? It wasn't supposed to. Alternatively, I can hold down control and just click each one as well, as you see. So I could click it in the list, or I can click it right here. Now that I have them all selected, hold on. I didn't mean to have that. So let's hold control, and I think it was that one that was moving. Yeah. Why is that moving too? It's all right. I'm going to change it here in a minute. All right, so let's take this one, and I'm going to bring it back down, and I'm going to grab this and bring it up. Okay, so I was able to move all of those at the same time. So I'm going to select each one again. I'm just playing around, honestly. This is like bonus tutorial type stuff. This was not part of the plan, but I do love this font, and so I want to play with it a little bit. My colors are now gone. So let me see, window, view. I don't want this stitch histogram. Oh, there's my colors. Okay, so I'm going to hold down control again. So 6, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And instead of touching anything, I'm going to change that to blue, sky blue rather. And then I'm going to grab 27, which is the last one, and I'm going to turn that to sky blue. All right, so now those beads are a different color. Now that red looks garish, I don't like it, but it'll be all right. So number 2 is the outside of the flower, and number 29 is the outside of that flower. So let's change that to, I'm going to do gray. So now you can start to see the letters a little bit better. And then I'm going to grab this, hold down control. I'm trying to change these so that you can see the letters. And I'm going to change these to gray. Hopefully they're grabbing the right color. Oh, wait a minute. That's not going to work. Hold on. I forgot. I got to click on the actual color. So hang on. Let's do this, 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 this. And we're going to change this to gray. Okay. So now you can see her name. And then I'm going to grab teal green. Is it teal green? Yeah. Teal green right here. And teal green down here. And we're going to change this to a cream yellow. There we go. So this is the super cute. It looks like a friendship bracelet. I'm missing one thing though. So let's, first of all, let me change my hoop back. I don't know why that changed. So let's go to, instead of 9x3, 5x7. Where was it? There we go. Okay. And oh, that's why it changed, because it was too long. That's why it changed. All right. So it's probably going to change again, but I ain't going to worry about it. So info icon view again. I'm going to scroll back down and grab the other tail to the other end. And so now the bracelet is complete. I'm going to move it up so that it actually looks like a string for a bracelet. All right. And I'm going to change this hoop back to 9x3 like it was. They was right, because it was, let's do this one, 12x7. Okay. So I don't have to worry about having anything going wonky. Yay. So I'm going to show you, can I purchase? No, I used to be a reseller, but I'm not anymore. So, I mean, even getting it directly from the company, you're still getting the same price. And even though I don't get credit, I'm not super pressed, because I absolutely love this program and it's well worth it. To show you how powerful this program can be. Now, this I definitely recommend for folks with like the single needle, smaller embroidery machines, like the 4x4 and the 5x7, because a lot of those don't come with any software to support the machine. But say, for instance, you're going to stitch this out. The way that's going to work for you, all right, is as follows. It's going to stitch that. Even if I took this and imported it into my multi-needle machine, just like it is, this is how it's going to stitch. It's going to stitch the string, and then it's going to stop. Then it's going to switch to gray, and it's going to stitch the gray. Then it's going to stop. Then it's going to switch to this blue, stitch the blue, and then it's going to stop. Then it's going to switch to the cream, stitch the cream, then it's going to stop. Then it's going to stitch the red, then it's going to stop. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to do that step by painful step. All right. And it will have you losing your mind trying to change threads all these many times. So I'm going to show you real quick before we put this on a curve, how to optimize this for a single needle or even a multi-needle to let it stitch effectively. So these end strings are definitely, you want them to be behind the beads so that it looks like the beads are on top of the strings. Okay. So this is the last stitch, which is this final thing. So what I wanted to do is stitch this color and that color and stop, because these two strings are different colors than the rest of the thing. And I want these two strings to be behind all of this embroidery. So I'm going to grab this, and all I'm going to do is drag it. So I clicked on it and I just drug it up. So now it's step number 9, but I wanted to be up here right behind step number 1. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. So now when I click that and I click that, they're going to stitch together. They're going to stitch together. So to make it even easier so that it doesn't stitch this one and stop, then stitch that one and stop, I'm just going to join these two threads. So let's go to edit, I think. Yep. Join threads. And then I'm going to join all adjacent threads of the same color, because none of these other colors have the same color right beside it. So I won't mess up anything. Only these two right now are side by side, number 1 and number 2. So I'm going to click OK. So now color stop number 1 is this, that, and then the machine will stop. I ain't cracking with Delonda. So it's going to stitch this one, that one, the machine is going to stop. And I don't have 32 color stops. Now I have 31. So after it stitches that, the next thing it's going to stitch is the gray of this particular bead, and it's going to stop. Well, guess what? I have this bead. I have this one, this one, this one, this one. All of these are gray. So none of these are going to overlap with each other as far as the beads are concerned. So let's take all of the gray and put all the gray together. So I'm going to grab this gray, move it up up under number 2. So it's going to stitch that one, then that one. So let's grab the next gray, drag and drop, drag it up there, grab the next gray, drag it up. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, it skipped. So let's put that back where it was supposed to be, because I wanted to go in order. 1, 2, 3, 4 beads. Where's the 5th? Right here. Drag it up right there. Drag it on the 6 because you want that to be number 6 now. Drag number 19 to number 7 because you want that to be number 7 now. Grab 22, move that to number 8 because you want that to be stitch number 8. Grab 25, drag it up to number 9 so that it turns into step number 9, and then grab the last one, which is, when all I'm doing is clicking it, take 29 and drag it up to step number 10. So now the way this is going to stitch out is it's going to do the end strings, then it's going to do the gray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the background to all of these beads. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to join all of these of the same color. So go edit, join threads, all adjacent threads of the same color, and click OK. Now, I could have just clicked join all threads of the same color, but then my embroidery would have been out of order. So by me dragging and dropping it what order I want them to be in, that keeps it where I know it's going to stitch out in the order I want it to be. So that's why I'm dragging and dropping the colors to a specific location. So I want that to be the case, adjacent threads. So I'm going to click OK. So it only joins the threads that are side by side that I put in place and made it one color. Stop now. So instead of, how many did we have before? 31. Now we're down to 23 color stops. So SewWhat Pro makes it really easy to do this. So there's the end strings. There's the front part of the beads. Now the next color is just regular blue. So that's the background to the flower. I don't want this to stitch, the cream to stitch first, because then when it stitches the blue, that's going to stitch over the top of the little center of the flower. So you see, you have to keep your colors in a certain order when you do this. So there's the blue to the flower, but then the R, the E, the B, the E, the C, C, A, and this other flower can stitch together as well. So let's grab all of these blues. So here's the next one. The letter R, we're going to make that step number 4. Here's the E. We're going to drag that up and make that step number 5. The B, grab that, drag it up, step number 6. Grab the other E, step number 7. Grab the C, step number 8. Grab the C, step number 9. Grab the A, step number 10, drag and drop. And then step 22, which is the other flower, we're going to drag and drop that on 11. So now it's going to stitch the ends. It's going to stitch the background of those beads. And now we can stitch the letters on top of the beads and the flowers in the background. So click 3, 4, 5. And so it's going to stitch all of this in order, saving you time, changing threads and stops and stuff. And so now we're going to join, because if I don't join these colors, what's going to happen is it's going to stitch the ends. It's going to stop so that you can change the color. It's going to stitch the gray and it's going to stop so that you can change the color to the next color, which is blue. But if I don't join it, it's going to stop so that you can change it to the next color, which is blue. So it'll keep stopping in between these threads. Now on my, I want to say the red line, not the brother. One of those two multi-needles back there, if I bring this design in just like this, then what's going to happen is it's going to automatically join colors that are the same, and it'll keep stitching without stopping until it gets to the next one that does show a different color. It might be the brother that does that. So I have to be careful. Now, I would go ahead and join threads of the same color, but I'm not going to right now, because I do see that these are side by side and I haven't put these side by side yet. And I want to make sure that everybody does what they're supposed to do, even though right now at this moment, because I know how it's going to stitch out, I can go ahead and do that, but I don't want to just yet. So just to teach you how to be strategic and pay attention to how your design is going to stitch out before you actually and I might be messing myself up, but we're going to see here in a minute. But get you to be strategic before you do this. And you know what? I did mess myself up, but it's okay. I'm going to show you. We're going to undo all of this and show you how I messed myself up. I need you to know all of this so that you don't mess up. All right. So we have all of the letters and the background of the flowers. So the next thing is the center of the flowers. So I can move this center up to number 13 so that it'll stitch this yellow and then that yellow. Actually, let's reverse that. Stitch that, then that. And now it's going to do the red beads, which is fine. So I'm going to grab this red one and move it up to 15. So it'll stitch that one, then that one. Then it'll go back and it'll do those center beads in the middle. And there we have a cute design. And it's going to be her name like a friendship bracelet. So I will go to edit. I will join threads, join all adjacent threads of the same color. So now instead of 23 different color stops, now we're down to 6. Okay. So this was also a tutorial in showing you how you can optimize, your color stops and, change things around so that they're doing what they're supposed to do. So now these are one color stop. All of your grays are one color stop. All of your blues are a color stop, then your yellows, then your red beads, and now your small beads. Okay. So you might be saying, how did she mess herself up? She said she messed herself up. Well, that's because I was supposed to be showing you how to do this on the curve. And I'm not sure it's going to work now, but we'll see here in a moment. But if you were doing just a straight embroidery design, like put this on the front of a, say for instance, the front flap of a pouch, and this is across the dot, would be adorbs, because I absolutely love this design. But this is optimizing it so that you don't have so many color stops. So let's see if this works for, and it won't now that I'm thinking about it, but we're going to put it on the curve and see what happens. So see, it's not going to go on the curve. I messed it up because I joined the colors and didn't leave each individual bead as its own color stop. Do you see how I messed that up? So sometimes you have to be careful with what you're doing. I should have curved it first, then started joining the colors once I got the curve to where I wanted to be. But that's okay. The whole point is showing you how you have to pay attention and, again, be strategic in what you do when you're editing embroidery designs, especially in relation to SewWhat Pro. So all I'm going to do is just hit the back button and I'm going to undo everything that I just did, which, again, isn't that big of a deal. So now I'm back to 32 color stops. So now what I can do is grab all of these color stops and I'm going to come up here to arrange text on curve. Now it may mess up these beads, but we'll see how that goes. So now, no, not really. It kind of did with the flowers especially, but you see it did curve everything, but it didn't. That's because it's on vertical. Let's see what it looks like when I do a long curve. Remember the text orientation when you're making a text on a curve, the orientation vertical takes each one of these and leaves it straight up and down, but with it straight up and down along a curve, just like we did on this other one. But a long curve takes these and it curves the actual individual, in this instance, beads to make it go along the curve. So once I clicked it to a long curve, notice the flowers are back where they're supposed to be. The beads are where they're supposed to be. Oh my gosh, this is so flipping cute. Oh, this is so cute. This is super dang on cute, y'all. This turned out cuter than I expected it to be. Okay, so what you have now is this could be the collar. Now, of course, the collar, you don't want it at the neck unless you want it at the neck. You could put it at the neck, but usually the trending look now is the collar along the side of the collar, a little bit. So what you can do is right here where it says lower percentage, we can increase that percentage and see now it's shifting everything along the side. Now it's not shifting it as fast because this curve is kind of wide. It's such a long embroidery design, but you can kind of help it by dragging this out some and dragging that one out some to give it more space to go wider. And then, you know, now you can shift it a little bit more to where it's more along the side. But that's how you would put a text along the curve. And so once you get that on the curve, notice now it's curved here. I'm going to change the hoop size so that it will fit that a lot better. So this is showing the mighty hoop. I picked the 9 by 4¼ size mighty hoop, which would work very well for this particular project. You could put that collar in that specific mighty hoop and then arrange this on the collar of the shirt. And so now that this is on the collar, it's curved the way we want it to be. Now you can go and you can optimize these colors like I did earlier, where you're putting them where it only breaks down to, what was it, 7 or 8 color stops, and you don't have all of these individual color stops anymore. So that's how you would align even a text, something as cute as this. And this is called, what font was this called? Hold on, because y'all got to go get this font. It's super cute. This one is called Friendship Bracelet Font, and that's Designs by Little B. If you go to her website and click on fonts, it's the Friendship Bracelet Font, and it's super cute, super adorbs. And the first one that I was using with this particular one, this one is Black Caviar with Stitchtopia. Okay, Black Caviar with Stitchtopia. And again, because this one is a little bit simpler to show, this is, we can put the text on the curve. And again, along the curve allows the letters to tilt. If you do vertical, then it still tilts the letters. I'm sorry, it still curves the word, but it leaves the letters straight up and down. You see how that looks? And then you can shift it by doing your text position on the curve and, you know, put it where you want it to be located on the design. And then down here, you've got different options like path, and you can path it, you can polygon it again, and you can spiral it if you want to. But play with this. If you have SewWhat Pro, play with it. Try and get it to be, you know, what you want it to be. And have some fun, because that's the whole point of, you know, when you can customize. Where did my E go? That's the whole point in customizing embroidery. And sometimes you'll get a glitch. I mean, that's the part of how this system works. So if you do have a glitch, then hit your back button, take it back out, and then go back to the curve and start back at the drawing board, because it very will be because something is the wrong size, or either, you know, something went out of place or whatever. So let's do it this way. And I'm going to make sure that it's in the hoop this time. And I'm going to click OK. And my E is still going off the rails. Why are you going off the rails? So worst case scenario with it going off the rails, just grab that sucker and bring it down to where it's supposed to be. Because as you see, it curved anyway. So you can place it pretty much where you want it now that the letters are actually curved. So I can move it this way and make fine adjustments to it to make it get, you know, kind of the where I want it to be myself. So there you go. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, I did not have any original plans to go live tonight. It was simply because at Applique Getaway, someone came up to the booth and asked if I could revisit showing how to position text on a curve in SewWhat Pro, because the buttons were not the same as in her version. I don't know what version she was using, and I really don't know what version I was using in whatever video she was talking about, because that I don't even know what video it was. But the version that I'm using right now, to compare your version with mine, click on help up in the menu and then grab about SewWhat Pro. And if you are not using version 4.7.2022125, as of today, July 28, 2025, then what you can do is update your software, because there was an update available. I went ahead and updated it, and that's the version, that's the absolute latest version as of today. And you can use that to make some really cute curved fonts and embroidery designs. Do you have any questions for me while I have SewWhat Pro open? Now, again, as I said, it's been a while since I've even done any embroidery editing, SewWhat Pro or otherwise. So if you have any questions, just let me know and we'll try and get that worked out. But if not, that's all I have for y'all tonight, because I didn't have, I was checking to see if Angel B was on and she wasn't, which I was kind of bummed about that. But that did allow me to be able to put this video up for that person and anybody else who might have wanted to learn how to do this in SewWhat Pro. But another thing, let me see, let me share screen with this too, because I think that's pretty cool. So even with this, like say for instance, when we did this on the curve, you remember it was at 100% and it was curved up as far as it would go. So if you want to try and nudge it some more, just grab the whole thing and then use the green rotate over here on the side and adjust it and see, you can even get it to curve some more to fit whatever collar it is that you're trying to get it to fit on. And then of course your positioning of the shirt in the hoop also will help you get this position pretty much the way you want it to. So even if you can't get it to curve all the way around like this in the curve function, you can you know, use the green rotate handle on the side to get it to rotate even a little more. And if you use a bigger hoop, you actually can curve it even more. But you see, I kind of had to go within the confines of this hoop, so that's why I didn't curve it all the way up. But if you need to, then just use a little bit bigger of a hoop. But this one is the Friendship Bracelet font at Designs by Little B. And this one is Black Caviar over at Stitchtopia.com. So you've been trying to size my font baseball panel in SewWhat Pro. Size my font baseball panel. What font? Where is that font? Baseball. My font baseball panel. What font? Where is that font is what I'm asking. So that I can try and show you exactly using what it is that you're using. Because I don't have a problem going to go grab something that you're using. Like if you got a font that you bought, I can go find it and bring it in. Your font for your baseball panel. I'm trying to size your font for you. Okay, so what font is it that you're using? And I'll go grab it. Hopefully y'all are doing okay. Stitchtopia is one of my absolute favorite font resources to date, like embroidery fonts. Okay. One of my favorite embroidery font providers right now. Matter of fact, let's take you down my rabbit hole. So let me go to Stitchtopia. And I'm going to show you her fonts. That way you can be sucked in just like I was sucked in. Yay. So I'm going to share a screen. Here is Stitchtopia. And let's do this. So you can go to shop right here. And then you do alphabets by type. Alphabets by size, because she even has as you see over here 8-inch and up, like she has jumbo fonts, alphabet and design bundles, appliques, embroidery designs, frames in the hoop. But her alphabets hands down, okay, You know it's from Stitchtopia colleges or something. Okay. So let's say alphabets, chain, beam, field, stitch. I have enough regular fonts. Thank goodness I don't embroider as well. Hilarious. I know. But her fonts, look at these script fonts. I'm gonna show y'all these. This is what sucked me in, is the script fonts. She has absolute trying to shape it for the baseball panel. Got you. Ooh. Ooh, fam. Give me a sec because I know what you're saying. And it's gonna take me a minute to figure out how to work that out so that you can see it. But here's Abbey Road. There's Adeline. No, she ain't got a 3D puff one now. Okay, so she has 3D puff. After Hours. Alexa is an old one that I've been using for a while. Where is my go-to? Oh, that's new. I haven't seen Alpha Zeta. I haven't seen Amalfi Coast. I don't think I've seen Angel Wings. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I have Apple Butter. Some of these I've never seen. Let me go to 25 and see if the older ones. Oh, they're in alphabetical order. Okay, so that's not going to work. I think it's Grace. Hold on, let me find Grace. Grace is there's Varsity. Is it Varsity, Shamira? Because that's a if it's Varsity, I can do that one. Let me add that to the cart. Why you got me shopping? Sure. That was not part of this deal. Yes. Okay. I figured as much because it's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, no. I don't know what happened to it. Someone was pretty. Spanish red is gorgeous. Sophia. I have Sophia. These two. Skating shoes is super pretty. Snow globe is super pretty. Silly Billy. That's what I call the supervisor. I call him Silly Billy. So I'm going to have to get that. That's, I don't want to say a sign because I don't believe that, but that's Signature Best. I love that. I'm gonna get that one. I'm not supposed to be shopping. It was Signature Best that I saw. Sorry, hold on. Let me grab this Signature Best. Oh, I love Sicily too. Okay, y'all killing me. I'll shop on my own terms. Well, let me grab these two while I'm at it. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Okay. And y'all, see how she's got $5.99 crossed out and $2.99? Y'all, I remember when I first started, fonts were like $25, $35, $40 per font. Okay. This is amazing that the price is what they are now. Because I remember wishing I could get fonts and couldn't because they was like flipping $20 for a whole font. One font. I remember that my feelings was hurt. Back when I started, it was like super expensive to do embroidery. Okay, Jesse's girl. Ooh, that's cute. I'm gonna add that here in a little bit. Okay. Let's see, Grace. There it is, Grace. So this is Grace. This has been my go-to for years. And she has number 1, version 2, version 3, 4, 5. I think 6. Yeah, 6 versions of Grace. And see, each one has all the different flourishes. And I think version 5 is the one with less. Yeah, 5 is the one with less flourishes. It's more like just a simple script. But Grace, oh my gosh, the flourishes on these are just so pretty. So see, the beginning and the end letters is how she has this font. So you got the really fancy beginning letter, and then the lowercase letter, and then the really fancy ending letter is how she has this font. All 6 versions of this font. That's how they're set up. So if you do embroidery and you like script fonts, come and grab Grace, because Grace is like super pretty and super flourishy. I did many of baby girl blankets with this font. with all these flourishes and stuff. So, and what else I also do is I mix and match. So like I may like this letter A, but I don't like this letter A. So what I'll do is grab this letter A for the beginning in Grace number 2, and then I may go to Grace number 4, and then I'll use this letter A because I like that ending flourish better. So you can like mix and match even as well. So there's that. But let me grab whoops. What did I just do? Let me grab these fonts really quickly. And since I already got them in the cart, because I want to show where's the cart? Why does it say no items in my cart? See, that was the Lord telling me I didn't need to buy something. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because my cart is empty now. We're gonna share screen again, and I'm not gonna show you with that font because I know what you're saying now. What I'm gonna do is see if this is how you can do it. So the baseball shape that you're talking about is the panel of the baseball, and it's kind of like rounded on the ends, but it dips down at the top and then it dips up in the middle, but then the ends are like rounded, right? Am I understanding you correct? Am I understanding that correctly? That's the shape that you're going for. What you also could do is that's what I thought. So you also could find that shape on let me see. You also can find that shape on maybe like import the SVG. I don't know if you can or not, but you might be able to import that SVG. But meanwhile, what I would do, and I don't recommend doing this. I'm going to do this only because this is way too big, I think, for a baseball panel. I think this font is way too big. So I'm going to resize it by dragging this box, but that is not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to resize a font that way. But anyway, so this is like, I'm going to take this name off because that's going to make this way too long. And put this, say for instance, on the baseball. And what I would do is I would come to text on a curve. Oh, sorry. Come back up to text on a curve. And now that I have text on a curve in your instance, because this part dips up and this part dips in this way, the curve is completely different. So instead of doing an arch, because yours is not an arch, yours would be considered a path. So your path, like this is how the middle of the baseball is, and this is how the top of the one end of the baseball. So you would need to, let's see, you would need to, okay, get it together, brain. So if it's inside the panel, I think I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it where, I think you're trying to make it where because that's how it is, but that's on the downswing, which would be outside at the top of the, okay, so if that's at the top, then we need this to be at the bottom. So you would curve it this way, and then over here it would be this way, and then that's the inside of along the bottom of that baseball panel. Okay, so I put it back, and then what you also possibly are trying to do is bring this to where it's on the curve. Maybe that's where you want the name to be. And then, so you could do, let's cancel this. So you could do Laurie. Actually, let's do this. Lowry. Let's do this. And then let's go back here, and I'm going to do info icon view again. And then I'm going to put number 23. So say for instance, that's the kid's number. And then move this up and move it over so there's some space. I move this over and then put this over here. And what I'm gonna do is make this a little bit bigger, I think. Okay, let's close this out. Make this a little bit bigger, possibly. Nope, it ain't letting me. Here we go. Let's do it this way. Okay. 23. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna go to putting this on a curve, and we're gonna do a path, and the path is opposite. So I'm gonna bring this side up and this side down because that's how the shape is of the baseball. And then stretch this out some, a little bit. And then bring this over. That looks terrible. So let's do vertical. No, that looks terrible too because you want it to come together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's back this up first of all. And let's get your curve. Oh. Okay, there we go. More of a curve that way. All right, and there's not enough space right here, so that's annoying me. All right, so I'm going to hit OK. All right, and so you see how it did its own thing. We actually need, I need that SVG. That's what I need. That's what I need. I need that SVG. All right, and so 23, I don't want 23 to look like that, so I'm going to twist it myself to put it back where it needs to be, and then move it there so that the 23, I might even leave the Lowry, but then make this 23 go in the thing. Where's the, can you work with paths you draw yourself in this? No, it's only giving paths that were, that are here, but you can, so see how I did this one on a path, you can actually separate that. And now I'm just working with the 23. If that's any indication of what you got going on, and you can curve this over here to try and get it to cooperate a little bit better or whatever. But no, you can't draw your own path on this. Not at the moment anyway. Do you have, Shamira, do you have that SVG for that shape per chance? Can you send that to me? Email it to thebabiesbooty@gmail.com. You have the embroidery file for your panel already. Are you, Miss Linda Gray say those are her favorites. I have the embroidery file for the panel. So it's the shape of the panel that you're trying to get it to work with. If you have that, can you shoot that over to me? Because that's going to bug me until I can play with this and get it to fit, since that's what I'm right here doing anyways. And let me check my messages. Check my email, see if she responded. So let me know. Oh, okay. So hopefully she'll come in and give you a few minutes. No worries. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can't find what's the name of that thing? Creative Fabrica, and see if they have an SVG of that shape, because that's pretty much all I need. I don't need the embroidery file. I just need that shape. Baseball. Yep, here we go. Holler. Oh, wait a minute. That's Canva. I don't want Canva. Doesn't mean I'm gonna have to go in Canva, and I don't want to go in Canva, but that's what I want. Dag nab it. That was exactly what I needed. Yeah, that's what I needed, but I gotta go into Canva to get it. It says Canva drag and drop. Well, it says it's got the SVG, so we'll see. I can't see the chat, so give me one moment. Extract all. See what this opens up. Your purchase, click me. Oh, I hate that. Hey, when they're like, click me. Can't I just get the file, please? I don't want to have to click nothing, because you could be clicking me into a virus and I wouldn't know it. Boop. Close this. Hit close. Thank you. Okay, view template. Open an editor. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, let's do this. Let's see if we can do. There we go. Holler. All right, let's do that as well. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and hopefully this will work. Oh, you know what? I could also possibly do. Hold on. Download it as a PNG. Let's see if that makes a difference. Even though that's probably not necessarily going to work. All right, let me come back to y'all. All right. Hey, Lena Doyle and Miss Linda Gray. And okay. Let me see if I can get this to work. Okay, so this PC downloads. Where did it go? Where did Campbell put it? Oh, it says embroidery files. There's PDF. I can. Oh no, that's PSF. I cannot see. I need new glasses. Not new glasses, but I need to do better with these glasses. So I can't bring in a. I know I can bring in a picture because I've done it before. Okay, hang on. I may have to make it a what's the face, and I don't want to. I'm cutting toolbar. Open. Nope. Save. Okay, so I can create one. All right. I thought I could bring in. I could have swore I could bring in an SVG. Let me see. Guess not. Warp text to fit envelope. Here you go. So here's another one. Okay. So here's also another option This one would be the one to do what you're asking, probably. This is going to be the closest. All right, so let's go back without even downloading the shape. Okay, so hey, Leslie Kendall. Social Mirror, if you're still here and not looking for the file, grab all of the letters, and then up here in the lettering toolbar, the very last option, warp text to fit an envelope. Is this the shape you're trying to go for? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go grab it. This is the look of the shape, right? If I'm understanding you correctly. You sent it to the baby's booty at Gmail. Did you? Where did you send it? Let me make sure you're not in my spam folder, because I don't know why. See, why is this in my spam? Okay. I could have told you a different email. Let me see. Could have told you this one. Ain't no telling what email. I have too many emails. There you are. Okay. Here's the panel. Okay, so let's download that. I got it. Okay. But this is the shape. Okay. Hey, Chris Smith. You can bring an image from clip art and using the border button. Okay. This one right here. All right, we'll try that here in a sec, Miss Chris Smith, so that we can show them how that works, because I haven't used it in forever, so I couldn't find it. But this is basically the shape, basically. And we'll try it. You know what? Let's bring it in anyways. Boop. Let me make sure I downloaded it. Hold on. Downloads. Yes. I think. Wait a minute. What kind of file is this? Hold on, baby cakes. What kind of file is this? Oh, there it is. Okay. It wasn't pulling it up like it was embroidery. So let's merge in and let's go to downloads, and it's right here and open. Okay. Yay. So that's the size too, by the way. So what we're going to do, and again, I do not recommend doing this. I'm going to shrink it. Not that. I'm going to shrink the fonts, the words, the lettering, so that it'll fit inside this shape. All right, let me do this. Hold on. Ooh, we got to do this the hard way. Okay. Okay, so that'll fit. Yes, that'll fit. All right, so let's grab all of this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab all of the letters, hold down shift. I clicked on color stop number 8, held down shift, click on color stop number 1, and it selected all of them in a row. All right, so now I'm going to, instead of doing arrange text on a curve, because you have a predefined shape in a lot of programs, that's called an envelope. Okay, so let's click on warp text to fit an envelope. And envelope, like I said, is a predefined shape. So it gives you all of these shapes that you can use to change your text to fit. Okay, which is super cool when you need, a specific shape, but it is only these shapes that, well, no, see, look, custom envelope. Holler, they already thought about it. But again, this one is just so close to what we're trying to do anyway. So we're going to grab the squished in, and it's called by concave. Okay. And so I've clicked that one because this is concave. Oh no, that's by convex. Okay, let me shut up, not knowing my shapes. Oh, look, it's right here. It's right there. They already had it. I didn't even see it. They already had it. But to me, this one looks better. So you figure out how you want it to go. So you can either do this one or you can do this one. So text size, the width is 155, the height is 25. So you can change it to fit the shape size. So I don't even, that's millimeters. I would have to look and see what the millimeters is, but for the heck of it, I'm gonna click OK and look. Oh my God, that looks good. And I didn't expect it to look good. So, I mean, that fit perfect. The shape, it fitted perfectly. As if I actually was player number 23. I'm so excited right now. This is ridiculous. And I love when stuff come together with me just tinkering around. So it's been forever since I've done anything like this in SewWhat Pro. Because usually when I find an embroidery design, it's in the hoop and I don't need to edit anything. But this is how you do to an envelope. So again, let's do this again. You can bring in your shape that you want to, use. And it even had an option to bring in a shape. Let's see if we can bring the shape in. Hold on. Let's see. So again, I'm gonna click on number 8, letter number 8, and go, oh, well, actually, if I do this, then it will, I've already edited it. So it'll like double edit it. And we don't want that, I think. So let's back out and put it back the way it was. Okay. So I have those, and let's do based on an envelope pattern. Let's do custom envelope and see if we can bring it. Oh, paste image, click to add a new point to the, I cannot read this. Hold on, click to add a new point to the EM, or control click an existing point to add a point before it. Click a control red point and drag to change the shape. Shift plus click an existing point to delete it. Okay, so with this, you'll just pretty much be making your own shape. And guess what? Who ain't got time for that? You can paste an image. No bitmap available on the clipboard. So, I'm not going through that. But I guess you can copy paste an image and it'll put it there. We already got some of the more popular shapes that we need. So if it comes to that, you might have to reach out to somebody else. But for now, the shape that we're going for, she had the embroidery shape already. We imported it in so that we can see what it looks like. And this pretty much fitted where we needed it to be. Okay, the way the shape is. Because let me see what this one looks like. So I selected this one. I don't particularly care for it, but we selected that one, and the height is 45. So I'll make it like 50, but a little bit bigger. I loved it, but I want to see it a little bit bigger. And now let's click OK. And so now, yeah, it's a little bit too big for the shape, but see, I don't like the way that looks, but that's just me. Yes, S&S Computing is the website, snscomputing.com. So I'm gonna go back to the other one because I like the look of the other. And so let's do our warp text again based on an envelope. And again, I'm gonna go over to this one because I just love the way that one looks. And it was at 45 before. So let's see if 50, look there. That does look better with this particular one. And there we go. That's how you get it to fit. Did it go up $5? Yeah, it was always 65. So what is it, 70 now? What? The price hasn't changed. Even if it did go up $5, I mean, that's $5. And I bought mine in 20. Oh, I'm not going to be able to look it up because it's in his email. Oh, yeah, I can. Hold on. Let me tell you when I got mine. I'll tell you exactly when, because I forwarded myself the email. SewWhat Pro. Oh, Lord. I should have remembered that part. Okay. This ain't quite gonna work, I don't think. Let me see. I have over 1,000 emails about SewWhat Pro. Oh, there we go. Okay. SNS Computing. What? Are you kidding me? I recently purchased SewWhat Pro. I received my username and serial number. I was good. I installed the update. Now it reverted to demo. Hold on, y'all. Look at the date. Let me see if I can get this to work. Hold on. Look at this date. Where y'all at? Can you see this date? Let me see if it'll zoom in. I don't think it'll zoom. September 2015. So September, was that 10th? September 10th of this year. It would have been 10 years ago that I bought SewWhat Pro. So is this better than the Embroider? No, Mylene, I'm definitely not going to say it's better. I'm definitely not saying that this is a better program. What I say is it is definitely more cost effective if you cannot swing the price point of Embrilliance, because Embrilliance, from what I understand, the basic version, all I know is back when in 2015, when I was looking for an embroidery software program, Embrilliance was something like a couple of $100s. I couldn't afford that then. I couldn't afford it. So I was at my wit's end. I was upset because I wanted to do a embroidery design, and it was like a teddy bear or something, and I wanted to put the baby's name up under it, and I didn't know how to put the teddy bear with the baby's name. I couldn't figure that part out. And so I didn't know how to do that, and I was so upset. And I went on to Google, and I was like, affordable embroidery editing program is what I typed into Google, and SewWhat Pro popped up. And I was like, you know what, $65. I technically couldn't afford it then, but I said, we're gonna make this purchase because I can't afford $300. So I went ahead and I bought it, and I haven't looked back. I have not looked back. And people had all kind of complaints. Oh, you can't type, you can't da 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 da. It served me very well. I do not own Embrilliance or any other embroidery editing program. I do own Wilcom Hatch, which also can edit embroidery files, but I don't use it for that. I use Wilcom only for digitizing. For editing programs, this is where I come. So I'm not going to say that this is better than Embrilliance, because my thought process was I can't afford it back then. And because I know that I can make this work for what I need it for, there was no point in me buying Embrilliance. I may need to buy it now if I'm wanting to teach people how to use it, but I know too many people that teach it, so I let them teach it, and I'll stick to this. Stick to SewWhat Pro. You're welcome, Marlene. But girl, this was my jam. This is what started me. It's SewWhat Pro. If I didn't have SewWhat Pro, I would not have continued to do embroidery like that. I really wouldn't have. And just to show you this other, okay, so let's do a new one. This is 4x4 right here, right? So I'm going to open, let me see if I can find something cute, really cute real quick. This PC, I have got to fix that. I did not know my hard drive. My hard drive should not be that full. So this is embroidery. Do I have something? Okay, so let's do balloon giraffe. I love giraffes, so we're gonna go with that. All right, so this is a balloon giraffe, totally adorbs. So this is 4x4 now. If I wanted to do a cute baby bib, imagine this. Picture this, as I was told, picture this. If I wanted to do a baby bib, and here's the little giraffe, and say the little baby's name is, let's do Elijah, because that's my grandbaby's name. And I'm gonna do his in blue. So this is yellow. So I'm gonna do like this lighter blue right here. And then this part I'm gonna do, oh man, 405. Thread number 405. Okay, so we're gonna go this darker blue as like the shadow. Ooh, I don't like that. Hold on, let's do something different. A little bit different. A little bit better. And then this, instead of it being lemon yellow, I'm gonna turn that one like, let's see what this looks. Okay, so a lighter blue. We'll see how it stitches out. Oh, actually, let's change the view texture. Not too bad. All right, and so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna merge in his name. Nope, no, I'm not, because I already have a font pulled up. So I'm gonna go info icon view, and I'm going to, this is 1 inch though, 1.25. Let's see, that might be too big. Let's not do 1.25. So I'm going to close this out. Let's go to merge. So file, merge. I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna go to my letters just to show you how simple this can be. So I'm gonna go to letters, and I was in Stitchtopia, and that was black caviar. I did 1.25. That's a little bit too big. So I'm gonna do 3/4 of an inch now. And we're gonna merge in the capital E. All right, and so that's gonna go right there. And now I'm gonna go to info icon view, because now I've already opened that folder with the font in it. So now that folder is gonna show up right here. And so I'm making sure it's in alphabet mode, so it'll continue all the letters in a row. And then I'm gonna do his name all capital, Elijah, Elijah. And so I'm going to move this over a little bit. Oh, she said do the keyboard. So I'm going to grab these, and I'm going to click the keyboard. Whoops, too much. 1, 2. Grab this one. Boop. That's too much. 1, 2. And let's grab this. Doop. And 1, 2. And there's his name. There's his name. It's done. I don't see my grid. Let me see my grid. Grid lines, so that I can make sure everything is even. So when I grab all of the letters of his name, actually, let's close this out. See that little black square? Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Nope, the black square got smaller. Yay, black square. So this little black square right here in the middle, that's the center of the embroidery. And this darker big crosshair is the center. So I'm just going to move this over until that small black square is smack dab in the middle of the center of this middle grid. So I know now his name is centered. And then I'm going to grab my balloon animal, and it's already centered. See, the thing is just barely a smidge to get it completely centered, but technically the balloon animal is centered. And that's how quick that was. That's how quick that was. That was it. And that's all I wanted when I started out. That's all I wanted to do. And I couldn't do that without the embroidery editing program. I couldn't do it. Well, I could, but I would have had to figure it out how to, I would have brought in the giraffe, made sure he was up where he needed to be, then finish stitching out the giraffe. Now, this is all on the machine, not even using a computer. I would have had to put the giraffe up there first. Then I would have had to leave the hoop on after stitching out the balloon giraffe. Then go all the way out to the main menu, grab the first letter E, figure out, make sure I got the right size letter E, number one. See, with this, I can make sure that it's the size I need it to be in relation to, don't know if it's going to be right. So grab the first letter E, nudge over the hoop in the menu to try and make sure that I'm lining it up, because how you going to line it up when you only got one letter? Or you type out the name on the screen and it's going to be smaller than you want it to be, but you can type it out, make sure it's centered, and then move it down and make sure it's down up under the giraffe, which you don't know until you trace it out. It's just a bunch of drama. Why? When you can make the embroidery design right there. And then once you put the embroidery design together, say for instance, you want to do a bib, you want to do a burp cloth, you want to do a blanket, and all of them have the exact same picture, exact same name on there, and all of it to match, then you don't have to figure out how to do that with each and every single part. All you got to do is create the file like I did right now, save it, and now you can just stitch it over and over and over again. And you don't ever have to worry about trying to match that the next time the mom says, okay, well, I need another baby bib, but this time I want the balloon animal to be red. Then you just change the colors because you saved the file. Does that make sense? So that's why for me, it was super important to have this much power on a budget, because I didn't have the money to invest in embroideries at the time. So Dim's Design, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, SewWhat Pro is, again, that's pretty much how I started. That's pretty much how I started. And it was this program that started me doing the videos, because the lady couldn't figure out how to do it. And I was like, yeah, you go up there and you click this button. I don't see it. And I'm like, okay, but you see file. Yeah, I see file. Okay, well, right up under file and over 3 buttons, you got the button right there. I don't see it. And I was like, I can't. I'm telling you, it's right. How can you? It's right there. It's right. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The button is, can you? I don't see it. Okay, you know what? Let's do a video. And that's pretty much how that started. That's pretty much how that started. Shamira, there's a lot that I would grab both and center in the hoop. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do auto center. Where are we at? You can, what? There we go. So if I grabbed everything, you can auto center. Where is it? I can't see where I swear. I need to figure this out. Center pattern in the hoop, and they're right there. Oh nope, right there. The red with the crosshair. Click that one time and it centers it. Thank you, Chris Mill. So yes, there was an even easier way to do it that I haven't used, but I'm used to the old school stuff. But Shamira and Dimps and you guys, there's a lot that I would love to be able to do again, and I've been trying to think of what day I could come on that I could use exclusively for embroidery and embroidery projects, which is partially why, like, even I'm doing the Zoom with making the window topper on the 9th, because I want to go back to doing some of the stuff that I absolutely love to do. I still need to do a lot of rhinestoning things, because I mean, at this point, that's my business at this point. And it's, even though he's gone back to work now, so it's not like he ever stopped working, but he went back full-time working. So I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to figure that out, because I do miss doing a lot of embroidery. I really do. So once I figure out a day and a time that I can make regular and come on, or even do pre-recorded videos, one or the other, I'm going to get back into it. And I'm tired of my embroidery machines collecting dust as well. So, yeah. Supervisor just left just before I went live. He and his mom left. He was here, but he's not there. You can highlight your balloon animal and turn him into an SVG. Yes. Yes. Now that I do know. You can easily make applique out of your whatever it is that you're putting on here. So say for instance, you want to do an applique, maybe applique fabric, just this one part or whatever. But anyway, you can do applique by just clicking the save applique cutout. And you just click that and it'll make an SVG of all of the shapes. And you can use that and you can turn it into a PNG too. Where was that at? Oh, whoops. I thought I just did. Are you kidding me? Whatever. So yeah, you can do that as well. There we go. JPG, not PNG, a JPG, and make it a picture. There's a lot of powerful stuff in this little program. And honestly, in my opinion, the fact that Chris Smith knows it inside and out like she does, as expert as she is at doing embroidery, that's testament to the program by itself, because you don't need all kind of stuff at a higher price to get done what you need to get done. You just need to get done what you want done and then keep pushing. So, but yeah, can you save your design? Yes, Mylene. So that's the other thing I love about this program as well. Oh, y'all couldn't even see what I was doing. I just realized that. Hold on. This the other thing that I love. You can here's your design. I gotta do this out of habit. Sorry, y'all. Join adjacent threads. Okay. So now his name will stitch without stopping. And you can go file, save as. And you can save it as PES. You can save it as PEC, PHB, UTAP, EXP, JEF, JEF plus SEW, EMD, PCS, KSM, CSD, XXX, DST, DSB, DSZ, TNP, HUS, VIP, SHV, VP3, or you can save it as JPEG, GIF, or PNG in case you need to do a picture of the embroidery design so that you can put it on the website and say, I have this embroidery design I created for sale. So you can do all of that. But in addition to that, you can save it as PES, right? And say, for instance, I just saved that as a PES. You can come up to, where is it? You can go to tools, go to batch convert, control B, and say, this is my design. I want to be able to sell it. So I would go to batch convert. And then I would, because it opens up folders, right? And it says select the files for batch conversion. So it's just that one file that I saved as a PES. And I saved it on my desktop. So I'm going to go to, here's my balloon giraffe 2.5 inch. I'm going to select that. And then drag and drop files folder. So I'm going to drag this over and I'm going to put it right here. So all I did, this pulled up the window for me to find the file so that I can select it and drag it over here. And now that I've found it, I'm going to select it. Let's go finish first, sorry. And then I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit next. And look, you can overwrite existing files, delete original files. You can write the color file where you pick the color threads. You want it, and it's going to save a log file as well. Store files in the source directory, which you click this if I want my files that once I convert it to go back on the desktop where the original file is, where I found it. So I'm going to click there so it's easier for me to find. And then here are all the embroidery types. Here are the embroidery types. You can select one. You can select all by scrolling down, hitting select. I don't want it to be, I'm going to do a JPEG. And here's all of the files and hit convert. And just that simply, let me move this over. it gives you a log entry on TXT, which, you know, you need it, but you don't really need it. But let's go back to the desktop. And I'm going to show you here on the desktop. See, it did all of, look, Bloom. Here's the file. There's my 10 O BMP COL CSD DSB DST EMD EXP HUS, all JEF, all of the files that I need that file to be in, because I'm going to sell that design and I want it available to anybody that wants to use that file. It will batch convert any file, any embroidery file, any one embroidery file. It will automatically convert it into all of those files for you with the couple of clicks of the button, just like that. Just like that. So if you, that's another thing, like what Shamira is saying. You also, it doesn't matter what file format. Like, say for instance, because Patrice has made a couple of embroidery designs before. So say for instance, she make an embroidery design and it's DST, and your machine doesn't use DST, you might want it in PES. Well, guess what? All you got to do is bring that file, because SewWhat Pro will open any of them, any of the finished embroidery formats. And once you open it in DST, is right here. Then when you get the file open, then you come up here and you go file and save as, then you save it to the format you need it to be. So it doesn't matter what file format the embroidery design is, you just import it into SewWhat Pro and then change it over to the format you want it to be. Because DST file is like a generic blanket embroidery design file that works on the majority of embroidery machines for commercial purposes. DST was created, I guess, for like a commercial purpose. Well, DST does not save the color profiles. So you see how right here with this, I made his colors the colors I wanted them to be. But if I save this as DST, when I bring it into my embroidery design, none of these colors are going to be there. It's going to be like automatically assigned colors that start the same. No matter what embroidery design you bring in, they are all going to be a certain color, but each color is going to start the same. And it's not random. I know what the path is and the thing is, but it's going to be set, right? And it's not going to be the colors you chose. But Brother and PES and JEF and all of them save the color profiles that you choose like this. And that could be a reason why you would want to convert from DST to like PES or JEF, because you want your color profiles to come over to the machine so that you ain't over at the machine like, oh my God, what color did I say I wanted that to be again? I can't remember what color I wanted the giraffe to be. Also with SewWhat Pro, which I don't know why it's spinning right now, it's acting monkey. I'm doing team too much. But also with SewWhat Pro, you can pick the threads. So you know how I was over there picking the colors, the blues and all of that stuff. I can change the thread type. So I don't know if they have candle thread, but I know they have Madeira brand thread. And what you would do is you would select your Madeira thread by thread number or thread color. It's just, y'all, I love SewWhat Pro. I love SewWhat Pro so much. It makes absolutely no sense how much I love SewWhat Pro. So like, for instance, let's share screen just to show y'all some more tidbits. So like, here's the giraffe again. Let me zoom in, which is down here in the lower right hand corner. I'm gonna zoom in. So see right here, it says Brother Poly. That's the color that's right there. And see, look down here. Once you select the color over here on this side, as you select and click on the color, it shows you down below it the thread palette, right? Notice thread palette Brother Poly. So if I click this down arrow, I don't see candle thread, but that doesn't mean it ain't here. Let me look and see. Nope, I don't see candle. But I know that Madeira is here, and that's the thread that I use. So if I select Madeira Poly Neon, now here are all of the Madeira colors based on the thread number. Or if I wanted to be by color instead of thread number or actually thread name, you can just click the top and it'll rearrange it based on. So now these are in alphabetical order instead of by number. So, you know, it's pretty cool how intuitive and how simplified it makes it, so that you can get done what you need done. But this allows you to change your color profile. See, now it's back to Brother Polly. So I'm going to change this thread to Madeira. There we go. And then I'm going to change this one to Rhubarb. And so now his balloon, but I know these are the Madeira threads that I'm going to use. And if I need to reference it back to buy the right color thread to stitch this again, I saved it as the threads that I'm going to use. And I saved it as PES so that my color selections are saved along with it. If you do DST, they will not be saved with it. And then I can reference this back and, you know, it'll let me know what colors I need to purchase. So I'll reach out to them and see if they can't add Madeira, not Madeira, Candle, because it's a new thread. And a lot of times if enough people want to use a specific thread, they'll add the thread colors brand in there, so that you can select based on the color number of your thread for that particular brand. But then that'll be another update later that we'll have to update in order to add that color thread in there, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, but yes, that's SewWhat Pro. That is SewWhat Pro. Absolutely love SewWhat Pro. That's what I use it for a lot, to cut down on the number of color changes. Yes. So thank y'all for coming to tune in. This turned out a little longer than what I intended it to. But again, this was based on request in order to do lettering along a curve and how to do it with SewWhat Pro in order to put a name on a collar, so to speak. Like I could have put something right here if I wanted to measure the curve or whatever. Is there any updates for the program? How do I check? Also, like, all right, my sewing profile for the color changes. Yes. Entire screen. Printing out. Yeah. Oh, Shamira, yeah. And one of these days, I'm gonna show y'all how printing out stuff helps you line up your designs too. That's another thing I like to do. So in order to check to see if there are updates, if I'm not mistaken, you go to help and then you go to update now, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see, let's click on update now. The installed version 4.7.2. So I did not have to go through that whole long version name earlier. My bad. Appears to be the same as the version available on the website. Do you want to update anyhow? And I'm going to say no. So that's how you would check. You would go to help, update now, and it will automatically check for you. Welcome, Dolores and Miss Shamira. Print out the project for placement in colors. Yes, ma'am. I still have my 4x4 printouts from when I was doing baby blankets and stuff. So I can't bring myself to throw them away. I don't think I've thrown them away, because the other day I was like, "Ooh, I need to throw them," when I was cleaning out, but I don't think I could bring myself to throw them away. Nostalgia. Okay, y'all. Thank you. I enjoyed you being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to try and break this video down so that there's quick reference and you don't have to sit through the whole 2-hour video, and go from there. I keep them so I can use them as reference. Yeah, but I don't do much embroidery anymore, so I kind of backed away from. But I'm gonna have to get back into it. I just got a message from my cousin who wants a blanket done, and I haven't done a blanket in a long time, so I'm a little nervous because I haven't done it in a while, and I don't want to mess nobody's stuff up. So That's always a possibility, and I don't want that. So, but you're welcome. You guys have a great night. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Thank you, Dempsey Boo, for the super chat. I appreciate you, my dear. And I'm glad it was of help. And like I said, if you end up having any other questions about SewWhat Pro, or you know, wanting to do a different embroidery project, because I got a lot of embroidery projects I want to do. Oh my God. What time is it? How many? 56. I got 3 minutes. Look at what I have been doing. I am so embarrassed. Look at what I've been doing, y'all. I am beyond embarrassed. Oh, he ain't here, so I kind of can tell you what I done. I went to this website. I've been there before, but she has, this is Sweet Pea Embroidery, and she has a sale, or had a sale. I don't know if it's still there. I think it is. But she had a sale on all her stuff. And when I tell y'all, I lost my whole fool mind downloading in the hoop embroidery stuff. And how many things did I download? Let me, I'm embarrassed. So hold on. Let me look before I even go into this. Log in. I'm embarrassed. Orders. I bought, oh, that ain't too bad. 38 embroidery designs this last time. Oh, you okay, Sharon Davenport? You didn't have to do that. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, y'all funny. Yes, thank you, Sharon Davenport. You didn't have to do that. Because I started out showing my Texas Ducky, who somebody done 5-finger discounted my Texas Ducky. I don't know where he put it. But y'all, look, 38 designs. I don't even want to keep scrolling to show you how much I paid for all of these. So these are ones I want to do, each and every last one of these with y'all. I really do. Look at the pencil zipper case, because I can totally see me blinging this out as well. Pencil zipper case. What's the other one? It was super cute. Big beach bag. I want to do the big beach bag because I thought that was adorbs. I could totally see me blinging this out. To see, I was looking at stuff where we can do in the hoop and bling it out too. So some of these are too big. Like this is in the hoop 6x10 or 7x12. So some folks just, are not going to be able to do these in the hoop projects with us. But there's a lot of them where we can. Like there's so much to do purse. This one was $3, 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. Bend the bushes below. Thank you, Greg Barker. Holla. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you again for the applique getaway design. I can't thank you enough. That was super cute. So like this one, 4x4 can work with us and do 4x4 too. So I have quite a few that we can do. Like this is a tote bag, zigzag tote bag. Look, 4x4, some kind of which way we can do this in a 4x4 hoop, 5x5 and 6x6. Don't know how, but it comes in 3 sizes for the 4x4, 5x5, or 6x6 hoop. And I kind of want to see how that comes together. I don't know. So that's, hey, Nicole. So I'm hoping we can do these projects together. Because I 38 of them. Look at this one. 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. Look at that. That is so pretty. This a quilt blocks and bag. Instructions included to make 2 different style bags. So it ain't just one bag, it's 2. Zippity fidget pouch. I want to make this one. 5x7, 6x10, 7x12. Look at all those zippers. Y'all know how I am about zippers. Oh, I want to make this one too. I bought this one too. Pencil tote bag. It's a big old tote bag with the big pencils on it. Look, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. So yeah, I lost my mind. I bought all these different ones. I got half of mine to put a list of all the ones that I bought so that y'all would know all the ones that I bought. And if you want to you know, stitch the stuff with me, then you'll know which ones I've done. But it would be easier for me to, you know, say, okay, this is the one that we're going to do instead of giving the whole list. But yeah, I was like, I want all of this. And there was a few more I wanted to get, but y'all, there was almost $200 of embroidery designs that I just bought. So I couldn't go over that budget. I couldn't go no higher than what I did because that was shameful, and I am ashamed. But then at the same time, I'm looking forward to stitching these with y'all. So that's the plan at some point. So like I said, I do have plans of stuff that I do want to do with everybody. That's why I bought the stuff from Applique Getaway. I bought the embroidery designs. I'm getting to get those fonts from Stitchtopia. You know, so, and the brother scanning cut so that we can cut out appliques and stuff like that. I want to do the embroidery so bad. I gotta find a day with a time that I know it probably won't work for everybody, but I do want a little bit earlier in the day for my friends in the UK, because like right now it's late for them. It's like, I don't know how many hours ahead, but I know it's very late for them. And we got a few folks there. So, yeah. Hey, Jesse. Yes, Kristen. Some of them do look like they can be sewn as well. So, yeah. So, yeah, I definitely want to. I want to. I just got to find the time. And not infringe on anybody else's time either, because I'm pretty strict about that. So, and then have some friends join us and do some embroidery in the hoop as well. So I'm excited. That's the plan. So thank y'all for coming to hang out. I done went a couple of minutes over, but I had to show y'all that because I was like, ooh, I can't believe I did that. But that's how excited I am about trying to get back and doing a lot more with the embroidery. So, but at any rate, thank y'all so much for, what you missed. It was just SewWhat Pro tutorial, Jesse, because it was requested at Applique Getaway to show how to set up text on a curve using SewWhat Pro. That's how it started. And then I added in a couple of other things, a lot of other things actually. But it's going to be helpful with those that want to use SewWhat Pro. So, all right, you guys have a good night. List these sites so I can go look. Okay, hold on. Let me do it this way. No, I don't have to worry about an echo. Let me turn this down because I was listening to it earlier. There we go. There we go. I'm looking at myself, and this was Sweet Pea. Let me make sure it was Sweet Pea Embroidery, actually. I want to make sure I get you the right Dooflachi. Pretty sure it was Sweet Pea Embroidery. Where is it? SWPEA.com. SW. Lord, man, this thing was SWPEA.com. Okay. There you go. And she's in Australia. So she has a ton of really cute embroidery designs. I got a couple of sites that I frequent and look for their embroidery designs. This one, it's been a while since I've been there. but she had a sale on any bag designs. So that's kind of why I lost my mind a little bit, because I love in the hoop. That's like that's my go-to, is in the hoop. So I go there. Designs by Little B has a lot of in the hoop stuff and stuff like that. So I go to her frequently. Sometimes I go to Off with their threads. I like some of her stuff too. Trying to think who else. And then, like I said, Stitchtopia for the fonts is that's where I go for fonts. It's Stitchtopia, because the other site I used to go to for fonts, I guess they kind of like shut down or something. But yeah, those are usually my go-tos. So, but yeah, if you want to look at Sweet Pea and embroidery, check out some of her stuff. It's really cute. So, but anyway, embroidery library, Marlene. That's for embroidery library. For me, is more for embroidery designs, not like in the hoop stuff. They do have some in the hoop stuff from time to time. I also like Urban Threads. I love their designs. And they oftentimes have in the hoop stuff. But they also have Craft Genesis, which is a sister site to the other two. And Craft Genesis has SVGs for like the laser machine and laser machines, and also cutters. But I like some of their laser stuff. I haven't looked in a few weeks, so I need to go check them out. But yeah, there's a lot of sites that I do love and I refer to and send folks to, because it's just Designs by Juju is good as well. She's having a big sale right now, so Designs by Juju is good too. Stitchtopia's fonts on Amazon are half off. Wow. So go check that out. Name the first 3 projects so I can buy them now. I don't know which 3 I'm going to do first. That's the problem. I don't know which ones. What I may do then is, no, because folks ain't going to be able to come to an agreement probably. So let's see. Let me see. Which ones do I want to do first? Hold on. Let's look together. Creative Kiwi. Oh, neato. I didn't know that. Go ahead and put some of your favorites in here. Designs by Juju is good. She's very good. Okay. I'm gonna go through the ones that I've done. That I've bought, just so that you can see them, and then we'll figure it out. Okay. So there's one. It's a double diamond zipper purse. Super cute. Absolutely love it. Bought that one. Let me take me down so that y'all can see them more better. All right, and then I got the floral embroidered bag. This one, they said it was released in 2018 and may not be up to our modern Sweet Pea standards. So I probably won't do that one with everybody, because that one looks like that's going to be difficult. So I'm going to take that one down. Then Herbaceous pouch. I thought this was super cute. This is just a pouch, and it was $250. It's in the hoop. This one is 4x4 and 5x5. So that's a good one also to do, because that's small and everybody can usually do 4x4 if you have an embroidery machine. Wolf card holder. I thought this was super pretty, and it has a place on the back for cards. You know what? I may do this one first, because that's neat. I've done in the hoop zipper pouches, but not with card holders on the back. And this one says 4x4. So we may start with this one. Let's start with Wolf card holder. Wolf card holder. So that's one that we'll do. We'll start with that one. Monstera zipper purse. Super cute. 5x7, 6x10, and 7x12. I kind of want to do this one for my daughter, not necessarily, as a project for everybody, but I can do it as a project for everybody and it won't hurt anything. So that's another option. The rose quilt blocks. This looks like it might be a little challenging, but we'll see. But it does 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. You probably going to have to know how to sew or something, but I need to look up the instructions on how to do a big bag first before I offer to do something like that. So let me look at the instructions first, but I'm still going to list it. Zipper pouch. I definitely want to do this because I love zippers. But the thing is, it's 5x7. So if you have 4x4, you won't be able to join us, but it is definitely there if you have 5x7. So at some point I want to do that one. Tassel purse was super cute, but y'all, this is not going to be this kind of tassel. I'm letting you know now. So when we do this in the hoop purse, it is going to be dangly rhinestones going all across here. It's going to be rhinestone tassels. I've already ordered them. So when they get here, I'm going to be doing this project, but it's going to be rhinestones hanging down, not leather tassels. So tassel purse, this one is 5x7, 6x10, and 7x12. So this is another one that I'm going to do. And then quilt blocks zipper pouch, 5x7, 6x10, 7x12. This one looks easy. Looks like it's going to be fun. So that's another option I have. This one is hobo zipper purse. Love that design. 4x4, 5x7, 6x10, and 7x12. So we have all of these sizes. So this is another fun one we can do. Then this one looks like it's going to be easy. Geometric toiletry bag, 4x4 and 5x5. So this one has two sizes we can look at. So at some point we'll do that one. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for those who might be writing this down. Diagonal striped tote bag, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, and quilt block 7x7. So this one, it gives you a bonus quilt block, but you can make this bag. So ooh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. That red was gorgeous. That blue is gorgeous. The purple is gorgeous too. I like the brown as well. So this is another one. But again, I want to see how to do the bag before we do a big bag. So we'll do it, but I just got to look at it first. Then Hawaiian purse. I thought purse was super pretty. This one is 5x7, 6x10, 7x12. I bought this one. So that one is on the to-do list. Then tropical flowers purse, 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. I like the rounded look of this. So this is definitely on the to-do list I want to do. And so you can write that one down, tropical flowers purse. Block tote. This one is 5x7. Love this. I don't know why this appeals to me as hard as it does. I definitely want to do this block tote bag. So once I learn how to do the bag, this will probably be the next one because I definitely love this one. And then this one is zigzag tote bag, 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. So this looks like it's going to be fun too. So this one is another one, zigzag tote bag, if you want to write that one down. Triple delight stripe purse looks super fun, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. This might be our number 2 project. I'm thinking this might be the number 2 project, but give me a minute to go through the rest of them first. But wolf is going to be number 1, wolf card holder. This might be number 2. Yeah, they're all on the to-do list. They're going to be done. I just got to do them in an order that makes sense so that we go from like beginner to, you know, whatever. I thought this was super cute. A folk art piggy purse, 4x4 and 5x5, and it's round. And it looks like this one has a hidden zipper, so that's going to be fun. I have tons of hidden zippers, so we could totally do this one. Then what's next? Sewing machine zipper purse. I thought was adorbs. This one is 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, and 7x7. It's super cute. So this one can be done as well. That's an easy one. And then quilted patchwork tote bag. I thought that was kind of pretty. So this is another one. Like I said, I'm going to see how to do the bag first. Groovy tote bag. Y'all, these bold colors set me back. Had to do this one. So groovy tote bag, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. So definitely put this on the to-do list because I love those colors. That just like set me back. And look, they even have the pattern on the bottom of the bag. I'm ready to do it. but got to read how to do the bag first. And then next comes So Much to Do, So Little Time. 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. Didn't I show this already? I think I showed this already, but it's all right. So this is an easy one. So this can be another quick one to do one day. What was the name of that one? So Much to Do Purse. So if you want to write that one down. Then Dragon Zipper Case. I'm intrigued just by the name alone and the design. Gorgeous. So this one is 5x7, 6x10, 7x12, or 8x12. So this is another one that I'm going to do. It's on the to-do list. It's different on the front and the back. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. So this is going to be another one when we do a non 4x4 day. The turtle is adorbs. 4x4, 5x5, going to do the turtle. So turtle might be project number 3. Turtle might be project number 3. It might be number 2. I might do that second. But wolf is number 1. Triple Delight is probably number 3 or number 2. So let me move this one so that I know what order I'm telling y'all. Oh, nope, it need to be wolf. And then turtle is going to be up here too. So somehow between these 3, these are the first 3. Maybe. Let's see what's next. This one is mesh zipper pouch. I'm excited. I have mesh. I bought mesh at Applique Getaway last year. Have yet to use it. So this is definitely one I want to do, is a mesh zipper pouch. 5x7, 6x10, 7x12, 9.5 by 14. So this one is not a 4x4 friendly. So this will probably be after the turtle or the triple pouch. So this is going to be, up there somewhere, which makes sense because then I'm going to have to, we got to find somewhere for you to go get mesh, which I think Hobby Lobby has some, but I'll go see. Next I have, oh my gosh. Yeah, this one also spoke to my soul. So the mandala blocks tote. So mandala blocks and tote bag. Definitely write that down. 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. This is so pretty. I love a mandala look. So that's another one I want to do, is on the to-do list. Woodstock zipper purse. This kind of has that mandala look too, which is why I want to do it. I love the size of it. So that's 5x7, 6x10, and 7x12. This one is on the to-do list. And now I see this one down here. Let me see. How do I do this? Is this in the hoop? Yes, this is in the hoop too. So I'm gonna have to add this. I haven't bought it. Woodstock messenger bag. We gonna have to add this in there somewhere too. Woodstock messenger bag, but I haven't bought that one yet. So that's on the to buy list. I already showed y'all the big beach bag, so you can write that one down as well. Big beach bag. Yeah, the mandala is a small quilt, would be gorgeous. It would be gorgeous. Hey, Angel Bee, honey, I missed you tonight. Then crochet tote bag and hook wrap set. I thought was super cute for those, because I'm not in my crochet era. I can get into it, but I thought this was a cute bag to make as a gift for someone who does crochet. So this one comes in 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. This is on the maybe later on down the road project to do bag, but this is one that I bought as well. Anime inspired cosmetic bag. My kids would probably choke me out if I don't make this one. So at some point I'm going to have to make this one, mainly for them, not necessarily for a project for all of us, but it can. But I definitely want to make this anime cosmetic bag for a couple of my kids. Then I showed you the pencil zipper case that I definitely want to do and bling it out. So this is going to be high up on the to-do list because it's super pretty. And in addition to the zipper pencil case, I want to do the zipper pencil bag, which is further down here somewhere. I didn't see it. I don't see it. So I'm going to have to find that one, but because I'm going to do that one too. The Monster Mouth window zipper pocket was adorbs. I want to do this one. This one comes in 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, and 7x7. And there's different materials that you can use to make it look different ways. So This one looks to be a smidge on the not necessarily complicated, but a whole lot going on with it level. So this one is going to be a high up on the list, but not all the way at the top list. So after we finish with the triple, the wolf, and the turtle, and the mesh, then we'll probably do the monster purses up there somewhere. So let me move that up towards the top because I like creative stuff and different stuff. Butterfly zipper purse was just super pretty, super simple. Not much to it. $2 at that. 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. This is an easy one to do. So, you know, on a slow day or whatever, we'll do this one. And then chicken zipper purse. You all know why I bought that. I thought about just making it and shipping it, but we might have to do an in the hoop stitch together project for someone who loves chickens. We'll figure that out when we get to that time frame, but this is going to be up near the wolf and the turtle, and you know, so this is definitely high up on that list because I want to schedule for that to be a fun day for more than just me. Hint, hint. All right. And then Otter Love zipper purse was so adorable. That's a me thing. I want to do this one. So this is one I want to do as well. It's not high up on the list, but it's super cute. So at some point I want to do that one. Cotton Reel Sewing Tidy. I want to do this. The Sewing Tidy. I want to make this to go up under my machines when I'm over there sewing. And it looks like, you know, it's kind of like a quilt. So I kind of want to do this. It says very quick and easy to make. So we'll see. But this is going to be kind of high up on the list too. So we'll figure that out. But I definitely want to make this one. Weekend Forecast zipper purse. 4x4, 5x7, 6x10, and 7x12. Easy. Again, another super easy one that won't take very long to do. So this one we can schedule for like a chill out time and just do a purse. And then here it is, the pencil tote bag. So whenever I do the pencil zipper purse, I want to be real close behind doing the pencil tote bag, if not the same day. We could cut the chicken purse pieces out with our cutters. Ooh, that sounds awesome. The one with several zippers. Okay. So this pencil tote bag and the pencil zipper pouch is going to be like up there after the turtle and the wolf and the layers pouch. So that's where I'm at. So hopefully you got all of those. And what I'll do is, again, I will see if I can't put the in the whole world that I just do, y'all. Hold on. I don't know why I keep doing that. Let's share the screen again. Okay, so let's stop sharing now. There we go. So I will probably put the list in the Facebook group of the first 5. When we gonna get this done, y'all? I don't know. I don't know, because time is fleeting and it's hard to find time sometimes. So we'll figure that part out, but I'm excited about doing these. So I'm probably going to schedule them sooner rather than later. Now, this coming Friday is date night with Patrice. And if she's back from her time away and filling up to it, we're supposed to do sergers and break out the sergers. I don't know what we're serging yet. So if we do date night, then like I said, it'll be sergers. If she's not filling up to date night, then we might can substitute doing the in the hoop something or other. The other thing, well, there's no point in going into that. So that's what we got coming up for Friday, possibly. Sunday, not sure what we're going to do. We could possibly do one of these projects Sunday and then I bling it out, because like I said, there's several that I want to do and I want to add bling to them. So, and I don't think my fringe will be here in time to do the fringe purse, but when it gets here, you best believe that purse is going to be on the to-do list. So I'm very excited about that. And then let's see, what else do I have going on? That's about it, I think. The buy-in is going to, like I mentioned to everybody in the Facebook group, and I think here on YouTube, the buy-in is going to go back to its regularly scheduled limited program because tariffs is kicking my butt. Matter of fact, it's kicking my butt. So I need to cut down on the amount of shipments that I'm ordering, and the only way to do that is to put it back to the way it was, so I can order it one time and save myself the stress. So if you haven't missed the buy-in, it hasn't ended yet. So don't stress out about it if you haven't partaken as of yet. But let me see what date. Oh, that's my boy. Holler. Put a thumbs up on that. Let's see. Oh, and did y'all see what I put for that link in YouTube? The link on Facebook in the hoop group about Beyonce and all them outfits she had on and all them rhinestones, y'all. If you didn't check that out, go to the Facebook group and click that link. And matter of fact, I'm gonna try and remember to bring that link over here on YouTube, so those who are not in the Facebook group can click it and see it. Y'all, rhinestones was out here representing, okay? But this one coming up, because okay, so where we are now, technically there should not be a buy-in going on, but I haven't made the official change yet. So now you have until the 10th of August to put in a buy-in order, because after the 10th, then that's going to be the cutoff for the buy-in. And the next one won't start back up until the 29th of August. So you're not out of, like, you're not missing anything at this moment. You can put in an order right now, and it'll be a part of the 1st through the 10th orders. But as of the 10th of August, it's going to start shutting back down. We also will not stop the buy-in for December like we have in the past, even though we usually don't get very many orders at all around that time. But we're still going to have a buy-in for the month of December, the end of December. Not sure what's going to be going on for Black Friday yet. I have not thought about it because I'm so focused on, now is go time for me for the Bling Fest and making sure that everything is just so for the Bling Fest. And crossing T's and dotting I's, because I mean, everything is ready. It's just, I got to make sure everybody get their tickets in, all of the names with all of the right meals and all the right sizes and all of that is what it needs to be. But that's where I'm at right now. So I don't know what Black Friday is going to be like. And honestly, Black Friday is usually a him idea. So we'll be talking about that in the coming weeks and figure that out. But usually we do have something going on for Black Friday. Far as I can think, that's it. Don't miss out on Bling Fest this year. That's all you might not want to miss out on Bling Fest. So we're gonna have fun. Not feeling well in the bushes. Hey, Miss Joyce, I hope you feel better. Are the new colors going to be in the buy-in? Yes, but I haven't listed them yet. So August the 1st, I'll be listing the new colors. So what's that, in 2-3 days? I'll be listing them. I already have the information. I'm like, why my calendar ain't showing up? No, Friday, the new colors will be listed. Because I should have the samples done by then. For the pictures, the candy tray should be done by then. And then I can list them in the buy-in and have them as a part of the buy-in. And there might be 1 or 2 new colors coming. Didn't hear me say that. There might be. It depends. I'll see when I get them. Oh, and I also want to add rhinestone sheets to the buy-in as well this time around. Not sure how I'm gonna do that just yet, but that's a plan. Because I had a lot of requests at Applique Getaway for the sheets, the rhinestone sheets. And I'm not talking about the Hotfix ones, because the Hotfix ones are kind of like, if you're doing Hotfix type stuff, for certain things, but I'm talking about the adhesive so that you can use them to decorate stuff like your sewing machine, your cutters, because that brother scan and cut will be getting some bling, and stuff like that. Because like my clock, my picture frames, all of this stuff has bling on them because I use the Rhinestone adhesive sheets. So I'll be letting you guys know what colors are available, what patterns may or may not be available. I'll let you know all of that. We'll get to all of that. I have some samples coming, so that I can look and see what company I'm going with, because I'm not sure on that. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on at one time as if I'm not great enough. Okay, so a lot going on, but I just definitely appreciate you guys still being with us, still rocking with us, still supporting us, still loving us. And I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful because it's been tough the last, I'll say not 12 months, but the last 9 to 10 months, 8 to 9 months, not even 10 months, 8 to 9 months. They've been pretty tough. They've been pretty tough. I ain't gonna say I was gonna throw in the towel, but it's been tough. And so just trying to make sure that I keep plugging at it as hard as I can. But at the same time, I want to do embroidery too. So we'll see. We'll see how my body cooperates, because at this point, that's pretty much the end all be all. And I got to be right for Bling Fest. So you ain't got to worry about that. Bling, I'm so excited. Oh my God, y'all just don't understand. So anyway, so that's that. As far as I can think, that's everything. If you have any questions, lazy girl blinging. No, Kristen did not holler. Yes, it's the adhesive sheets. So they're like stickers, basically. And you can cut them with the rotary cutter. You can cut them with scissors. And they're easy to cut with rotary cutter and scissors. I'll show all of that and how all of that works. And we'll do that. We're gonna need a week-long retreat to do all of these. I know that would be fun. Now that would be fun, Renee. That's not a bad idea. Let me talk to the heifers and the other ladies and see. Oh, I love them so much. That's why I call them the heifers. I'm gonna check with them and see what they would like to do, and even if they're busy, because this is kind of like spur of the moment type situation. Even if they're busy, we can make it happen. But yeah, retreat, yeah, but it's not like in person or anything like that. But it's of course online retreat. So Maryland, it is what it is, y'all. Y'all my dogs, y'all my heifers. It is not a derogatory term in my neck of the woods. We love some heifers. So yeah, that's what we got going on. All right, y'all. Finally, okay, that's it. We done. Let me get out of here. Because number one, I need to call my husband. Oh, he went to work. That's why he's gone. Because I'm like, that man ain't back yet. Where is he at? I forgot he had to work tonight. And he told me yesterday, I got to work tomorrow night. Yeah, if you do whatever, I don't know. Well, that explains why he wanted me to know. So anyways, he's not at home. So I got to figure out food since he's gone. But anyway. All right. Love y'all so very much. Thanks for shopping with me on Stitchtopia and Sweet Pea. Thanks for sitting with me through SewWhat Pro videos. And finally, thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all so very much. So if you have any other SewWhat Pro questions, just drop them in the Facebook group or in the chat after the video. And we'll see about doing a video on how to do those things. Because you saw someone asked about doing, Shamira asked about doing the baseball thing. And we got it right there. So you guys have a great night. And until the next time we see you, in this instance, we want you to have happy embroidering. Y'all have a good night, y'all. Bye.